Today I'm wondering if there's still quite a few of you who don't realise quite the extent, the size and the urgency of the crisis that we're facing. And it's really difficult to try and put into words. And I'm remembering the visual picture I gave in the first video I made, which is about being on a massive tanker that was heading in a direction, and actually there's nobody at the helm really, and we've got to change direction. And the IPCC report that's been talked about a lot, that came out last year, said we have 12 years to make a big change to the direction that we're headed in order to save the planet. And this year, obviously it's now 11 years rather than 12, but also the latest thinking is that actually it's more like 2 or even 1 year that we have left to make this change of direction. And so not only are we on this tanker, but actually now we seem to be heading for Niagara Falls, and still really not making any change in direction. And what does that Niagara Falls look like for us? Well, it could look like massive crop failure on an international scale. It could look like mass starvation on an international scale. It could look like mass migration on a scale that we've not seen before. And we might be protected from that for a few years in our little island bubble in the UK. And so it's kind of tempting to think, well, it's not going to affect us. And therefore what, it's the other countries, it's the bigger countries that have got to make the changes. The saddest thing of all, though, I think, is the fact that the Industrial Revolution started here. And so surely our voices, our initiatives should be at the forefront of changing, to lead the way for the next step. It's also really tempting to think, well, what difference can I make on an individual level? But actually, that's all we've got, actually. And that's why I'm going to keep doing this, because it's all I can do is speak about it and encourage you to do the same. I'm going to try and persuade Dave in the next video to have a little interview and talk a bit more about the science, so that we have a few more facts at our disposal. So see you then.